Hello, welcome to In 5 Minutes. As we have seen how to find the Q point, where should be the position of Q point on the DC load line. In order to operate the transistor as an amplifier, Q point should be at the center of the DC load line, right? Now, if the position of the Q point changes, the transistor is driven to either saturation or cutoff. So what do we want? We want the position of the Q point to be fixed irrespective of the changes in the current. Right now, first we'll see how the Q point varies, right, with the temperature. Now, VCEQ is dependent basically on VCC, so the variation of VCQ with temperature is less as compared to ICQ. So first we'll basically look upon the changes in ICQ because of temperature, and if ICQ changes, you have the characteristics. As you know, this is your DC load line. If the value of ICQ increases, the Q point will shift towards saturation, and if the value of ICQ is decreasing, your Q point will shift towards cutoff. So the variation of ICQ with respect to temperature is very important to study in order to keep the Q point at the center of the DC load line. Now coming to the IC. Now you know IC, that is the collector current in common emitter configuration, which is dependent on the base current, or you can say base current is because of the emitter current. So directly we can write it as alpha IE plus ICBO. So your collector current is basically depending on IE and ICBO. We can write IE in terms of IB, or we can say IC is again dependent on IB also, and this alpha IE, that is the emitter current, is dependent on the JBE, that is base emitter junction. When we are forward biasing, what we are doing, we are providing voltage VBE. So if VBE we are decreasing, your IE current will decrease, that will decrease your collector current, right? So it is dependent on VBE2, right? So the dependence of IC on temperature is indirectly dependent on VB cut dependence on the temperature. Did you get this point? I will repeat the same point again. IC is alpha IE plus some factor into ICBO. For example, I am taking, so what you can say, your IC is dependent on alpha times IE, and your IE is nothing but it is depending on the forward bias voltage VBE. So if your VBE is changing, your IE will change. When your IE is changing, your IC will change, right? So this VBE is temperature dependent, and how it is temperature dependent, that will look upon it, right? The next factor is ICBO. ICBO is collector to base current, leakage current with emitter open. Again, it is dependent on minority carriers. We have seen the concept of thermal runaway. As temperature increases, minority carrier will increase. When minority carrier will increase, again your IC will increase, and the transistor will be driven to saturation region. So we need to study the dependence of all these parameters on temperature. And the final is beta. Beta is the current gain. Again, current gain beta, we are writing IC as beta AB. So if your beta is changing, again your IC will change. So we need to study their dependency on temperature. Now how these parameters changes, what we have written, the equation for IC is IC equals to, IC is a function of VBE, beta and ICBO, right? Beta increases by only 1% for 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. So this is dependency of beta on temperature. So if beta changes, what is going to change? Your IC is going to change. So indirectly this dependency of beta on temperature will affect the Q point, right? So we are studying this. If VB is decreasing by 2.5 millivolts, you can say VBE decreases by 2.5 millivolts for every 1 degree Celsius rise in temperature. So this 2.5 millivolts decrease in VBE will cause IC to increase or decrease depending on the relation between IC and VBE, but there will be the change in IC because of the change in VBE, right? And the last is the leakage current. What it happens now, this point is very important as compared to the other two. Your ICBO doubles. ICBO doubles for 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature. What you have, we have some 1 plus beta term into ICBO. For example, if I am taking beta ka value as 300, so 301 will be 1 plus beta. If your ICBO ka value was 5, after 10 degrees Celsius it will be 10, So there will be a drastic change in IC for a small change in ICBO with respect to temperature. You can say 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature for silicon and 6 degrees Celsius rise in temperature for germanium. ICBO doubles for 10 degrees Celsius rise in temperature for silicon and 6 degrees Celsius rise in temperature for germanium. So initially it was 301 into 5. So 3 5 it will come around 1500. Now it is coming to 3000. So your IC is increasing by 1500 value. The change in IC will be 1500 milliamperes. So your IC will be driven to saturation more if your ICBO changes with the temperature, which will affect the Q point, and Q point will be drifting to the saturation region. So we will study more deeply. The stability analysis will be more focused on the change in IC with respect to ICBO. So we'll study the stability analysis basically because of the change in IC because of change in ICBO. We will more focus on this rather than these two. Just we are studying the effect of other two, but we'll study in detail change in IC because of ICBO. This is the concept of variation of Q point with respect to temperature.